Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at this 2024 BMW M3 Competition. It's finished off in aventurine red metallic, and the MSRP is just over $93,000. We have a lot to go over for this family style and performance oriented sedan, and we will start off with what this is powered by. Underneath the hood is the 3-liter inline twin-power turbo 6-cylinder engine. It's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and it pumps out 503 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque. Of course, sent through that X-Drive all-wheel drive system, propelling this 3,400-pound sedan from 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. It has a top speed of 180 miles an hour. Now, for this particular model, we have a few packages added on. Up front for the kidney grille, it's finished off in gloss black. There's a forward-facing camera, M3 comp badge, a few parking sensors, as well as the sensor for the adaptive cruise. There's also the honeycomb design on both sides, as well as inlets on the far corners there, and some gloss black trim accents to really tie it in. Now, this has LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals with a dark housing. And then I really like how the upper section of the kidney grille works its way up to the hood. So it flows very nicely, just tying it in. Now, as we work our way to the side, this has a beautiful set of gloss black wheels with that multi-spoke design to them. Black M Sport brake calipers. There's an M3 comp badge just behind that. More gloss black in the lower side skirt, which matches well with those corners up front, as well as for the power folding side mirrors. They have a turn signal and a camera system. All of the M3 comps come standard with the carbon fiber roof, and then all the window trim is also gloss black. I think it gives it a fantastic look for this sedan, especially in this color. Now, there's more gloss black for the trunk mounted spoiler, backup camera, dark housing for those LED taillights, and then we have the backup camera with all the sensors, and the quad tip dual exhaust surrounded by more gloss black. And you can use the key fob to remote start and shut off. You can also use the key fob or the button underneath to open up the power trunk. Now, you have quite a lot of space in the back. There's a net on one side, a storage bin over on the passenger side, and you can fold down all 3 seats by pulling on those tabs to give you that much more practicality. No storage underneath the floor, so it is nice to see that by folding the seats down, you have that much more space. Now, when the vehicle locks like it just did, we have the proximity door handles in the back, so you can quickly unlock this, which is very convenient. And this also has the Tartufo leather interior. I think it's a really nice combo with this exterior red. We have brushed aluminum interior lighting, Harman Kardon sound system, some storage in the lower section there. And I did release this seat, so you can get a look from this angle, the amount of storage. And then at 5'10", I have a decent amount of space. Now, there's no nets behind both front seats. We have air vents in the middle with the climate adjustment, some auxiliaries, and there's no armrest or cup holders in the middle. You could use this as an armrest and gain access to the back area there, but it's a nice place to be. Plenty of headroom for my height. And then the front door panel is finished off just like the rear. There's memory seating controls along with the trunk release, even more storage, and then the rest of your normal controls there. And with the M seats, a little more lateral support to them. They are automatic with the manual adjustment for that leg support. And let's fire this back up, where we have the solid M steering wheel. It is heated, lots of carbon fiber too, which is nice. All of your cruise and adaptive cruise control settings, volume tuning, Bluetooth and voice commands. There's M1 and M2, and massive carbon fiber paddle shifters. Now, for this gauge cluster, on the left side, there's miles per hour and your fuel. Right side, there's tach, engine temperature, and what gear the vehicle is in. Now, we can also scroll through a little bit of content, just depending on what you'd like to see. You have a good bit that you can scroll through, so you can visualize all of this right in front of you. And then you can also go into the head-up display and go through a few different settings as well. Now, in order to change the entire gauge cluster, come over to M mode, where we can go into sport or track, and that will change not only the gauge cluster, but the head-up display too. And it will also pull up with your setup here how the vehicle is currently set up, and then you can go into M1 and M2 to further make those adjustments. So just depending on if you're casually driving or you want to do some more spirited type driving. Now on the left side, a little bit of storage with all the headlight adjustments. There's leather on the entire dash. And then for the infotainment system, for the rest of the home screen, you have quite a lot that you can scroll through. You can add widgets as needed. On this left side, you can even get into your M drift analyzer. So if you'd like to drift your M3, here you go with all of your stats, your angle, your distance, how long you held the drift. You can go through all of that while you're driving this on the weekends. You can even get into Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and various amounts of information to go through as needed. Now this also has heated and ventilated seats. You have all of your climate adjustments, temperature dials that you can get into as well. More carbon fiber and brushed aluminum, power and volume for the audio, there's tuning. And then if we open up the carbon fiber lid, there's wireless charging with auxiliaries and cup holders. And then you can even use this system with the controls down below. So if you don't feel like using it as a touchscreen system, just simply use the rotary dial and all of those shortcuts. Now on this left side, we have traction control, shortcut to the camera system, parking sensors, and the engine start stop. And then behind that, along with M mode, we have setup, which I showed earlier to go through how the vehicle is set up. And then there's the exhaust note button, auto hold, and the parking brake. Now let's put this into reverse, where this has the 360 camera system. So you can go through that 3D view and look at the color of your vehicle. I think that's an excellent touch to see. There's also the car wash setting, which gives you that top-down view. Now if you put it into drive and push the camera button, that pulls up the full forward-facing camera, which is nice. And then if you bump it over one more time, you can shift using the shifter or the paddle shifters. And park is going to be on the back, along with being able to adjust the transmission. So you can select how slow or quickly you would like it to shift. We have plenty of room in the armrest there, as well as in the glove box. And then pretty good amount of visibility too, with thin pillars and the double windows in the back of both doors. You can easily see over both shoulders. With it in second gear, here we go. And just like that, we are up to speed. Now this is such a fun family style sedan to get. I love everything about all of the different settings you can put this into, just depending on how you would like to drive for the day. Now, being the competition, it's going to cost significantly more, especially with the options that you want compared to the base M3. So just depending on your budget, what you're willing to spend, I'd say there's about a $20,000, maybe a $25,000 difference between the two. And again, it's just speccing it with whatever options that you would like. But for me, this is definitely a great option to go with. I drive a lot of BMWs. I've been in other vehicles like the Cadillac competitors that I've mentioned, some of the AMG models from Mercedes, and they're all great, but the amount of BMWs that I drive and just how well they drive is something that has definitely drawn me to the brand. Now, they're also becoming more reliable too. Toyota has a small stake in BMW. I would comfortably say anything 2020 and newer is going to be pretty bulletproof and reliable. Obviously, you have to keep up with your maintenance for that. But personally, I'm looking at BMWs. My brother has a Toyota Supra, which is mainly BMW with the B58 engine. So you have the reliability now, you have a lot of performance. This is, I would say, one of the ultimate performance-oriented family-style sedans that you can get. It is super comfortable, easy to drive to. You can put it into M1, or should I say, you can put it into the more efficient setting, which could be M1, and basically have a normal daily driver. So if you're stuck in traffic, you just want it to be more of a normal vehicle compared to what I'm doing right now. Let's pop it into drive, activate M1. Now everything is in efficient mode. Let's give it some gas here. And it just seems like a normal vehicle. Now we are in the second transmission setting there, so it's going to hold those gears a little bit more, but it's very nice to drive with the amount of tech that it has like that. Really good daily driver, plenty of room, comfortable, well refined as a BMW should be. And honestly, I don't really have anything negative to say about it. I've been in them a lot. Not enough to have ownership experience, of course, but the times that I've been in them, it seems like a good platform to go with. If you need a little bit more space, you can opt for the M5, but the M3 is, I think it's a good size sedan, especially for the money. You're getting a lot of car for that money. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this walk around review and test drive in the 24 BMW M3 Competition. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this car. Check out their website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.